Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lust can be found. This video is going to be my summoning session on the Cursed Connections Part 1 Summon Showcase. I am summoning today primarily to try obtain Seimei, the leader of the Ox Worm Clan, but if we happen to pick up a copy or two of Gozo Tenno, that would certainly not be a bad thing. Of course, the reason I'm going for Seimei now is because he's featured on this showcase, but Gozo Tenno here will also be featured on the next showcase, the part 2 of this showcase, which has Yoshitsune instead of Seimei. So I'm really hoping to get Seimei here without spending a lot of resources. We certainly have enough to spark if necessary, but if we do end up sparking, that will probably mean I end up buying some of the New Year's packs to try get Yoshitsune as well. So our goal is Seimei. Hopefully we can pull off Seimei relatively quickly. I've done all the free daily tenfold summons and haven't gotten any 5 stars yet. So I've done 40 summons so far. Because of that, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the tenfolds today. And after that, we'll start alternating with some rounds of singles into tenfolds. But hopefully we can break our pity rate pretty soon here, because 4 days without a 5-star, it feels, it's a reminder of what it feels like to summon on regular showcases instead of gala showcases for sure. Looks like no 5-star here unless we get a surprise. And we don't, so I'll go ahead and skip ahead. I do have all the 4 stars available in the game right now, but I am curious to sort of look at the pulls we get and see if we actually happen to pull any of the past Hinamatoan characters from New Year's or not. Sadly, there were no new 4-star characters this year. That's a little bit disappointing. Certainly a reduced cast as far as the retainers, but the event itself still felt really complete as far as the number of characters that were included, I would say. So, are we gonna get anything here? Nope, looks like another easy skip ahead. And yeah, we're gonna start breaking into the Wormite here. So we've spent all our vouchers, let's use some Wormite. Eventually we'll hit our forced pity breaker. And it may take that long. So let's see if we get any surprise 5 stars or not. Seen a couple people post their summons already. I do think this is sort of the safest first day to really go all out on this banner, since today was the last day that we got free tenfold summons on this one. So now you can kind of make a decision about whether or not you want to pull based on those. Of course, there's no shame in waiting until the last day. You can always choose to do that. But we do know that the next showcase is going to feature Yoshitsune and Gozo Tenno. So we kind of know in this case we don't have to wait for more info. But you also never know. They said early January we get an announcement of something coming up. If they announce a collaboration, maybe that type of info would lead you to skip Seimei and want to save. For me, I kind of know that I want to go for Seimei, regardless of the collaboration at this point, so that's why I'm summoning today. But once again, no 5-star and no past 4-star from our past Zodiac banners. So we're really building up quite the pity rate here. Hopefully, when we do see some 5 stars, as we're seeing now, we actually see multiple 5 stars, but we'll take what we can get. Only one. If it's the right one, that's great for us. It's a bow, so it's not going to be Seimei. We're going to have to continue our summoning. There are a few things here that this could be that I don't have. I don't have Opera Karina. I also don't have Chelsea, so both of those would be great to see here. And didn't really catch where it was in the lineup. That's a 3-star bow, Malora. Alright, looks like it's a Luis dupe. Luis, a character I still haven't built for obvious reasons that you can see on screen here. But Luis just straight up power crept, one of my favorite characters. So Luis is on the block list right now for me. I have built Joaquim and built Mine as well as Hawk. Good to see us rebound quickly with another 5-star after summoning quite a bit and only getting a Luis dupe. Looks like this one's a dragon though, so this isn't exactly what we were looking for. Hopefully if it is a dragon, you know, hopefully it's at least a Gozo Tenno or some other useful dragon for us. Alright, nice. First copy. I think this is a pretty good dragon. From what I've read, about people who have actually kind of used it more in practice. It sounds like the fact that you have to hold your force strike for 3 seconds, it is a little bit more cumbersome than I would have expected for characters who already don't want to be doing something like that. And I made a mistake there, y'all. Luckily we didn't get punished, but I meant to do my singles, of course, after doing that. So let's do some of those now. We'll max out, go ahead and do 10 at once, just for convenience sake here. And see what we get. But yeah, Gozu Tenno I think is still very good on characters who want to be using force strikes. Otherwise you have to do a little bit of extra work. But I do think that 10% reduction in the enemy's flame resistance is really nice to have on a team. And for a character like Seimei, who you don't get as much benefit off of Mars because you're not popping off all your skills at once on cooldown. Sure, it's great for the shared skills, but if you're using the Agito skill, then that doesn't really apply for Mars. You only get one shared skill charged up. Like, for Seimei, I think that Gozu Tenno makes a lot of sense as a way to increase your team DPS contribution as well, and is very close to Mars. But for other characters who do value that instant skill charge, or rely on Dragon Transformation, I can still see how Mars is probably going to be better. Okay, nothing in this circle. So let's get greedy here for convenience sake and do another full 20, or full 10. Total of 20 across these 2 single batches, and see what we get. Looks like it's only a 4-star. I don't know if there's transformations on these or not, but since it's in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead here and assume not. Okay. So we've increased our pity rate a couple times now. I feel comfortable starting to do the 10-folds at that point. 20 or 30 seems like a reasonable number. Went with 20, but 30 may have been a little better. And once again, only a 4-star. So unless we get surprised, bare minimum 10-fold here. And sadly, that wand stayed at a 4-star rarity and was a climbing. Our worm sigils are slowly going up. Here's a 5-star, nice. Hopefully this will be a wand so we can get Seimei. Just one. And it's a dragon. Alright, looks like it might be another Gozu Tenno Unbind, maybe some other random dragon. Let's see who it is. Alright, Seimei. Seimei is now part of the Draconic Essences, so I guess what I'll do is take this body and unbind it 4 times using Seimei Essences as a way of multiplying my Elderwater at the cost of stamina. But not particularly a dragon that I'm excited to have, and once again, I did the 10-fold by accident. Sorry, y'all. My bad on that. And this time, no 5-star. So, wasted a little bit of resources here, but we can potentially recuperate depending on what our singles look like. Oh, okay. All right, see? Exactly as planned. And I've heard mixed things about the transformation, but some people have said, like, if it transforms, it means it's something new. If that's the case, that would be awesome. That could be a Pecorine because I don't have her. I didn't pick her up. I got Albert on her banner. So if we do get Pecorine, that would be sweet. And there might be a couple other swords I'm missing that I can't think of. Or it could be a dupe. And maybe that info is just a little bit off about the breakout transformation being always new. Let's see, I think it's coming up next. Yes! Okay! The perpetually peckish Pecorine! Pecco Pecorine, yes! This is a character I'm really excited to get because I didn't want to go all out for her because, she wasn't limited or anything, but her animations seem really sweet, fun character to use for Tartarus, pretty unique properties with her healing. This is a character I'm pretty happy to have. I may be checking out Princess Connect later in the year since that is getting localized, and I have checked out the anime at this point. But yeah, glad to have Pecorine join the team. Pretty cool. So from that showcase now, I think I have everything because I went for Forager Mitsuba back then when it was live, and I also picked up a Lumiere Pandora, and now I have Pecorine as well. Oh, that's great. That's really good luck considering how many swords we already have. So far, we can't falsify this breakout hypothesis, but we indeed got a breakout, a transformation, and it was something new. So that's a good sign for us. All right, now this time I'm going to remember, do the singles. We'll again do a batch of 20, I think. Seimei may be playing hard to get here. It seems like we may be going pretty far toward a spark at this rate. If we get all the way up to 300 worm sigils, obviously if we don't have Seimei, I'll go for Seimei. If we happen to get Seimei and we're close to 300, I don't know if it's worth sparking Gozu Tenno. I might just go for the Champion's Testament since I always seem to need those. No 5-star in those singles, so we'll do another batch just for convenience, not for optimization here, of 10 singles again. And let's skip and be surprised if anything strange happens, but nothing strange happened, so we did our 20. Now we'll do another 10-fold. Where am I getting low? Getting visibly low. If there's something really sweet in February, we might not be in the best position, and y'all are probably thinking what I'm thinking, that at the end of January, we'll also have a gala with our Shadow Manicaster, a beloved one. Chelle, I think, is where everybody has their money. And I agree, I think that Gala Chelle makes a lot of sense for the end of this month. Okay, no 5 stars there. Kind of takes me back because we're playing with fire here below, below a full spark of resources at this point. But back in the day, I felt pretty secure with like 20k Wormite summoning, and the Wormite this month has been really good. December was also a lot better than November, so I don't know if we can say that we're on an upward trend, but at least the variance has been favorable in recent months. November was when everybody was kind of freaked out and worried. We ended up getting 150 summons total that month, but then in December we got like 220. So it went up, and a spark is 300. That's not too bad. 220 out of 300 for a guaranteed character of your choice is pretty good, and so far January seems pretty good as well. Now if we're blowing through it like this and not getting Seimei, well, it might go by pretty quickly, but let's see if yeah, nice. Break our pity here. And, come on, Seimei. Want to see that wand. Oh, another dragon. It's always the dragons. So, let's skip ahead and be surprised as what we find here. Alright, it's a Horus. Horus, we never saw a dragon special featuring both Horus and Ramiel. That was one I was actually really considering summoning on because they're both the types of dragons that, to me, seemed fun, that let you do sort of different shenanigans. The attack rate on this seemed really entertaining to use. I did use Horus in my time attack clears, but I already maxed and found the Horus that I randomly pulled on a past gala using Sunlight Stones, which not a smart decision by any means, but a fun decision for me. So this extra Horus is just going to be sitting around for a while, I would guess. Alright, not going to jump into the 10 folds again. We're gonna do our usual thing, do some singles here, and see what we get. And we'll skip for expediency. Unless we see an obvious indication of a 5-star, we'll skip again. Nothing obvious. And no 5 stars. So at this point, over 200 worm sigils in. Let's start doing some 10-folds and hope we can break our pity rate with a Seimei. Otherwise, it's looking more and more like we're going to have to spark here. Thank goodness the spark is available though. Because were it not, like, this could just be an infinite resource sink. Alright, nothing on that circle. Let's do another one. I am curious to hear from y'all in the comments of which of these two showcases you're more interested in pulling on, Yoshitsune's or Seimei's. Okay, nice 5-star. Nice 5-star. Let it be a wand. Oh, another dragon. Well, I'm hoping it's more Gozu Tenno unbinds. Let's see what it is. Well, kind of a bad dragon, but this actually is my last unbind to now have a max unbound Styx, just randomly obtained throughout the banners since its release. So, good to see her here in that sense, I guess, to kind of cap off that project, but like, man, this is a dragon that really needs some type of power adjustment. It's really pretty atrocious right now. So, at this point, we're going to do our singles manually to maybe potentially save a little bit of extra resources, but hey, we're getting a 5-star somewhere in the middle of these 5. First time this has happened today with our singles. Looks like it's right in the middle, so let's see what it's going to be. After this rock, I think it should show up. And a Prometheus. Another dragon that doesn't have a whole lot of application right now. Alright, so because of that, now our appearance rate's kind of wonky, so we'll want to do 18 singles here with our Wormite. And then I'm going to try to do these as fast as possible. 1. And then afterward we'll do 10 folds. There's 2. Yeah, I think a lot of people are probably excited about the possibility of a collaboration and therefore are trying to save up and not wanting to go for these New Year's banners. I will say from a gameplay standpoint, I don't think either of these New Year's banners this year are necessarily must-haves. One other thing I was thinking about with Seimei is even though he has the nice Overdrive Punisher plus Gauge Accelerator co-ability that used to only be found on Mega Man, with the advent of Legend, we've now kind of realized how it's also important that all of your backline characters, all of your co-ability bots, also have the right elements. So while Seimei could be good for Legend Volk as a backliner, hey, nice, we're getting a 5-star. He can't be used in other Legend Akito as a backliner, and Volk's already released. Ah, a dragon. Another Submerg. Why, Submerg? Why do you taunt us so? Okay, so 254 in. We could do 20 more summons with singles here. Let's do it. And then we'll do a 10-fold to break our pity rate. Still a ways off from getting to the sparking amount. For those who are wondering, I did end up sparking for Dragalia Victor as well on his showcase, the Gala Remix. Got Dragalia Lily relatively early, but I was recording on my phone, and when I looked back at the recording afterward, unfortunately, I only had the audio saved, and the video was just all blank. Oh, alright, it was Konohanasakuya. Very beautiful dragon. Hinamatoan dragon, appropriate for the showcase, and almost have a full team of Max Unbound Konohanasakuyas because I have been farming the Draconic Essences very diligently, and I was trying to use her because she's a free-to-play dragon from the Essences to clear Legend Volk with a all free-to-play tutorial, no limited units, no raid units team. And still kind of trying on that. Not making a lot of progress, but just getting into Berserk and trying to do the Berserk management since my DPS is kind of low. But because of that, we're once again in a position where just breaking out the singles here. Yeah, so with Seimei and Yoshitsune, I don't know. Right now I don't see as obvious a use for them. Some of the stuff, the analysis that's come out about Seimei is that's with overdamage, he tends to be a lot better, so he's kind of designed to work nicely with Kuzunoha. But from what I've heard about people trying to use Kuzunoha in Legend difficulty content, or just in general, when you solo Volk, any of the fights that have a phase 1, her animation on her heal is apparently kind of slow, so using that at the point when Volk teleports, sometimes your AI can sort of clump up around you before your animation actually goes off and the healing takes place. So that's potentially a drawback to her. But the reason that Seimei works well with overdamage is his Shikigami level up depending on the number of hits they do, and the overdamage will basically mean extra hits, and therefore your Shikigami reach level 2 faster, and his play pattern is such that you essentially want to call forth the Shikigami and then just kind of continuously force strike while it's active. The Shikigami itself also generates SP for you, And a little bit into your Shikigami's lifespan, when it's at level 2, I think you want to do this almost as it's about to expire, but I could be wrong. It might be near the beginning of when it transforms. Then you fire it off with your S2, your second skill, and you lose your Shikigami, but you deal a pretty good amount of damage. That seems to be the play pattern. A lot of Force Striking. I've heard that his Force Strike doesn't have a lot of visual feedback, so that's one thing that makes him a little bit less intuitive to use. Another cool thing that they did, and I say cool because right now I feel like it's cool, but not sure as for the future what to make of this, but there's now different skins that you can collect in the Battle Royale using appearance tickets. So you can get some of your favorite characters and take them to the Battle Royale, and I tried this out with Pietro. Man, I was pretty bad with the axe using Pietro, as well as with Eleonora, and fortunately I was able to get a victory with her. But anyway, Seimei, his appearance tickets, his skin in the Battle Royale is a little bit special. It's also at a discount, costing fewer appearance tickets than normal, and what's special about him is that he has a unique skill that's different than other wand skills. Right now it seems like it's balanced, so it doesn't seem like a pay-to-win situation, because you can only unlock these special skins if you actually have the character. But that is a future avenue for them to monetize the Battle Royale, potentially, is having more and more characters with really specialized skills that potentially are power crept or are really good. Hopefully we don't see too much of that pay-to-win creep into Battle Royale, because right now I feel like it's a very well-designed PvP mode and that it doesn't suffer from a lot of those types of problems that other PvP games or modes suffer from. Wow, so we're going all the way here. We're pretty much at this point going all the way. I mean, like, this is at 289 at this point. I guess let's watch this one out and see if we get another transformation. Pecorine being the highlight so far was a nice surprise, so maybe we'll get something else here. But no such luck. So we'll skip ahead. We're at 289, do this tenfold. This is going to take us to 299. And then we're going to do one single, and that will give us our sparking material. Honestly, though, it is a little... what a bummer. To leave on this high of a pity rate, should we do that? I mean, should we... I haven't been in this situation before, so I haven't really thought this through. Like, do we now try break our pity rate? Or do we just immediately take the worm sigil? We have a 6% appearance rate. That's not bad. It's not great either. I mean, I guess... I guess for me, the upside of potentially getting Seimei and then being able to use my worm sigils for 3 Champions Testaments is probably higher than the downside of spending a lot more summons on this. That's a tough one to evaluate. I think the upside is probably higher, but our Wormite is looking bad now. Alright, I can't watch. Can't watch. Oof. Okay, so I mean, I guess we do this. This is whale territory right now for sure. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Okay. Our Wormite hasn't been this low in a long time, but some of the New Year's packs are lucrative enough that I will be willing to spend the money if necessary. But now this is just getting insulting. 7.5. It's actually not too surprising when you think about Gala banners start with a 6% appearance rate, and oftentimes you could easily do 3 tenfolds on a Gala without getting a 5-star. So we're going to break our pity rate here, and then we will collect Seimei either not in the circle, looks like, because it's a staff. So we'll collect Seimei from the Worm Sigiling, and we'll have a few extra Worm Sigil remnants that I will put towards Champions Testaments because I always need those to build characters. Alright, High and Wall dupe. Was it worth it? It was not worth it. Let's trade. And Seimei the hard way. Yoshitsune, please come on down on those free daily summons. We really went all out for Seimei here. He was the character I wanted most out of everything that's available from this event. He and Kuzunoha are probably my top 2, and then Yoshitsune coming in 3rd, with Gozu Tenno last for me personally, but it's pretty tough to rank all the characters. Doman also looked like a cool character that I would have loved to summon, but doesn't seem like he's going to be summonable. We cleared this part of the Zodiac banner. Such a shame that there's 2 parts this year. Definitely going to send in feedback about that. Hopefully we can see more consumer-friendly practices going forward this year, since this was a real disappointment compared to past New Year's for sure. But we made it. At what cost? Well, I'll let you take a look for yourself. We had over 60 single tickets, we had a couple of 10-fold summons, and we had over 30,000 Wormite, so really a pretty big cost. That is going to do it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the summoning session. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.